so amazing. So our country doesn't have victories anymore. We don't win. We don't win at anything. Think of it. We don't win with ISIS. We don't win with China, Japan, Mexico. We don't win with anybody. We don't win. And we're going to start winning so much that you're going to be sick and tired of winning. You're going to get bored with winning. But you know what? We're going to keep winning anyway, right? 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 He knows. We have many difficulties. Our biggest difficulty is our politicians are all talk and no action. All talk, no action. They keep working. They just want one thing. They want their job renewed every 2 years or 4 years. They don't do the job. They're not doing it. And they're appointing people that are hacks. And we have hacks negotiating against China, negotiating against the greatest countries and the smartest countries in the world. We protect Germany. We protect Germany. Germany is a money machine. It's an economic behemoth. And we protect. We get nothing. We protect Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia makes $1 billion a day. We protect it. We protect it. Nothing wrong, but they gotta help us out, folks. They gotta help us out. We have now, if you think about it, a trade deficit with China of almost $400 billion a year. And that's what's reported. Because if they report that, we know it's much more. With Japan, with the cars that are pouring in, they pour in. The biggest ships I've ever seen, loaded with cars. We lose $75 billion a year. Think of it. Are we crazy? Is it crazy? Is it crazy? Mexico, you know, we're going to build, and I love Mexico. I love the Mexican people. I love them. Thousands work for me. Thousands. I love Mexico. But we've got to build a wall on the border. We've got to. And we're going to have a door in the wall where people that want to come in can come in legally.
Guys climbing the pole.
Legally. And we're going to have to do this, but you know, a lot of the gangs, when you see the gangs all throughout this country, Los Angeles, Chicago, Baltimore, you have a lot of illegal immigrants, bad dudes in those gangs. They're out of here. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. You know, I just left New York, and we have a gentleman in New York right now. In fact, I'm competing with him, and he's very hard to compete with because I like him. Might not agree with the global warming stuff so much, but that's okay. We have the Pope in New York, and you know, he really is. He's a unifier. He wants to bring people together, and I think that's a great thing. That's what we have to do. We have to bring people together. The country is divided, the world is divided. We don't get along with anybody. We don't get along with Russia. We don't get along with China. We don't get along with Mexico. We don't get along with anybody. And yet every one of those countries rips us off, takes our money, takes our jobs. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. If I win, I will tell you this. When? All right, when? How about this, if and when? We gotta take a little, you know, I mean, who knows? Don't forget, listen to this. When I first came up with this, you know, for years I've been thinking about it, especially the last time. Mitt Romney let us down. He let us down. Something happened to him the last month. He choked. Like a golfer, he can't sink that last putt. We all know, right? Something happened to him. That was an election that should have been won. And before that, I backed very strongly John McCain, and that was a tough one because, frankly, in all fairness, things weren't going so good for the Republicans then. And that was a tough one, but we backed McCain. He didn't make it at all. We then backed Romney. Something happened to him in the end. He stayed in his cabin and, I don't know, he was building a garage for cars. Did you see that? He was building like this garage for his luxury cars. He's supposed to be running for office. He's got 1 month. But I backed him. He lost. I said, this time we're not taking a chance. I'm doing it myself. So I told people that I might do it. And my wife said to me, you know, if you actually announce and actually run, you're going to win. I said, how do you know? No, how do you know? And Ivanka, did anyone ever hear of Ivanka? My daughter. She's great. And Ivanka said the same thing. So I had Melania, I had Ivanka. And they both said, Dad and darling. They have two of them. One's darling, one's dad, right? And they said, if you actually run, you're going to win. But nobody believes you're going to run. You have this great company you built. You have a great life. You know, it's hard, this running stuff. You're dealing with the press. Look at all those cameras up there. They're all live. Most of them are live. I'll tell you what. You're dealing with the press, and the distortion that they write is so unbelievable. I mean, I can see why people don't want to do it. No, I can see. For instance, today, I don't know, I've heard 15 to 20,000 people. Has to be. They have people wrapped all around. I don't know. How are the people behind the stage? What are they doing back there? There's thousands of people back there. But they'll say tomorrow, Mr. Trump drew a nice crowd of 600 or 700 people. We got gotta be, how many people do we have here? 20? 18? Something? But they'll say we had 1,000 people. I mean, they really do distort, and they are terrible people. Not all of them, but many of them. And I have to say this. It sort of doesn't matter, because the one thing I found, look at that, look where this crowd goes to. Hey, cameras, can you do us a favor? Instead of just, they'll just pan on me, and they won't say, do me a favor, take the cameras off me and pan the crowd, okay? Tonight you won't see anybody. You'll see me speaking. They always show my head. They don't show what's happening. And this is happening all over the place. I go to New Hampshire. I go to Iowa. No matter where I go to South Carolina. No matter where I go, we have these incredible crowds. Something is happening that's amazing. It's amazing. They used to say it's the silent majority. Remember the name? They don't use it so much anymore. Because a lot of the silent majority gave up. They gave up. We're all the silent majority, but they gave up. They actually gave up. And we are not giving up this time. So, interestingly, when the pollsters do the polls, and I'm leading every poll. Listen to this one. I'm leading every poll nationwide. I'm leading every state. It's true. We're leading in Iowa. We're leading in New Hampshire. We're leading in South Carolina. We're leading everywhere. We're leading in Florida. How about Florida? Hey, how about, we're leading big in Oklahoma. That's right, we have like 32% in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, which is smashing everybody. Thank you. I love that. Thank you. I'm glad you reminded me. We're leading in Florida. So Florida, here's what you have: a governor and you have a sitting senator, who's a lightweight, by the way, but these are minor details. We have a sitting senator from Florida, who, by the way, doesn't show up to vote. He's never showing up. We want people that want to show up. We want people that are going to make our country great. To that, you have to show up. So we have a sitting senator, we have a governor of Florida, and Trump is much higher than both of them. And I'll tell you, here's what happened. So the other day, there was an article, essentially it said, Bush and Rubio are doing well in Florida. That was the headline. Listen to this. Bush and Rubio are doing well. I said, oh, that's too bad. I guess I'm not doing well in Florida. Then the first sentence said, well, Donald Trump is leading by a landslide. Can you believe it? And they don't put my name in the title. And I'm killing them. So a lot of things are happening. And I want you to look around and look at the people you're with, because we're going to take our country back. We're going to make this country so amazing. We're going to make it so amazing. I'll tell you a couple of stories, and I love telling these stories.
All right, guys, I got to go.